So I'm going to write out a number, and then we're going to think about how we could say or actually write that number. So I'm just going to write it out. I'm going to have to resist the temptation to actually speak it out, because that's normally how I operate, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to do that right now. So there's several ways that we can pronounce this, and I encourage you to pause it and try to pronounce it yourself. You might not even need to pause it. Well, the first thing that jumps out, well, we've got 20,000 and then some, so maybe we should write it that way. So we've got 20,000, 20. Actually, let me write it out as numbers first to really decompose it. So we have 20,000, and then what do we have on top of that? Well, we have 5/10. This is the tenths place, so we could literally write that as 5/10. 5/10. Then we have 0 hundredths. I'll write that as a hundredths place just so that we can keep track of it. And then finally, we have 7 thousandths. That's the thousandths place. So we could write that plus 7 thousandths. So if we were to write down everything that I just spoke out loud, we would say that this is 20. Let me write that a little bit neater. This is 20,000, 20,000, and 5/10, and 5. Let me write out the word, and 5/10, and 7 thousandths, and 7 thousandths. Now, this isn't the only way to say this. Another way of thinking about it is to try to merge the 5/10 and the 7 thousandths in terms of thousandths. So let's think about this. So we could write this as, so once again, we would have our 20,000. But instead of 5/10 and 7 thousandths, let's write our 5/10 in terms of thousandths. And the easiest way to do it is to multiply the numerator and the denominator both here by 100. So then we will have, so this 5/10 is the same thing as 500 over 1,000. And the 7/10 is, or the 7 thousandths is still 7 thousandths. And these two combined are 507 over 1,000. 507 over 1,000. So we could just call this 20,000 and 507 thousandths. So let's write that down. So we could just say this is 20,000, 20,000, and 507 thousandths. Thousandths. This is 1 over 1,000, while this right over here, 1,000, of course, actually represents 1,000. So we got 20 thousands, that's that right over there, and 507 thousandths.